guys, today we are showing you a low-carb way to make stuffed peppers in your crock pot, and we're showing you footage from when we visited Desert View in Grand Canyon National Park.
Oh, we're having a whole lot of fun!
Here we go.
Oh my god, it's adorable.
Thank you. Oh, you meant the dog.
As you might tell, we are not in our camper kitchen right now.
We're in our house kitchen.
We are in our house kitchen. We don't know what to do with all this room, but it's because we lost the footage of the stuffed peppers and all the hustle and bustle of getting back home. So we're gonna do it here in our kitchen.
And it's okay because they taste really, really good.
Yeah, we like them. So you can see them both. We're still gonna show you our footage from the last part of our trip, which was to Desert View in Grand Canyon, and you get to see Aki in his little puppy backpack. And so we definitely wanted to show you that, but we also know you guys have to see these amazing peppers for a couple reasons. So I've been hearing from a lot of the readers and viewers that smaller portions is something that they might be interested in, and so we wanted to show you this recipe because it has a couple different ways that it can feed a whole family if you want to feed a lot of people, or you want to make it once and eat the same recipe as leftovers throughout the week. So the full recipe on the blog, you will see it, how to make it as a full recipe, and it makes 8 servings. You can save some of the servings for later and all that kind of stuff. Or the way that this recipe is made, it'll work really well for people who don't want to don't want to have 8 stuffed peppers lying around. So one of the things we used in this to make this recipe is our meatball Parmesan base.
It's already made up. If you want to see what that looks like, we'll link down below to the video that Aunt Lou and I did for the meatball Parmesan, but this is what it looks like when you get done.
This is half of it. So here's the deal. If you want to, you could make a full batch of the meatball Parmesan, and you could make half of it into meatballs and then make half of it into stuffed peppers. Or you can make half of it into our meatloaf Parmesan and half of it into stuffed peppers. So this is just a kind of versatile way for you to use that original recipe and then split it among, we have 3 different recipes it can be turned into.
Yep.
So, but in order to make stuffed peppers low carb, I got a question.
You need peppers.
Yeah, you need peppers, and I got a question a while back from somebody who's like, yeah, I'm trying to stay away from rice because that really conflicts with what I'm supposed to be eating for the way I'm eating. So could you make a stuffed pepper without rice? And so that's when this idea was kind of born. But still, if you're eating low carb, if you're not, do whatever you want with this. But this is a great economical way too to make peppers go a long way. We've decided to make 2 peppers equal 4 portions by cutting the peppers in half and treating each half of the pepper as if it were a whole pepper. So that's kind of the trick. In the dish with the full version, or we're going to do a smaller version here right now.
We're going halvesies.
Yeah, we're going halvesies, and we're going to use our mini casserole crock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is it hot?
It's on.
Oh, should have known better.
I just got booby trapped.
But if you're cooking the full recipe, we also love doing that in the full casserole crock, or it would also work in you're going to probably have to make them a little bit more snug in there, but work in a traditional 6 quart. But the trick here is the trick that we do with the peppers. So these have been washed, and so before we start messing with it, traditionally, you would just cut out the core and then scoop out all the seeds. Well, first what we want to do is we want to cut our bell peppers in half. And so if you're picking them out
this way.
Yes.
Not this way.
No. Yeah.
This way.
If you're picking them out, don't do like me and don't pick out a squatty one. Pick out a tall one, so you'll have 2 nice tall peppers. Now this is going to be a wide pepper, so it'll all work out at the end, but I like to pick out the tall ones. I just didn't do a very good job this time. So cut it in half, and you're going to make all kinds of a mess. but try and be as even as possible. And so now you've got the seeds that you got to scoop out. I didn't get a spoon, so that's one of the things.
I think you do.
You want a bigger one?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so what I just do is I take between a paring knife and a spoon and I start like getting all the white parts and the seeds out and tossing them aside. Now the bottom looks the bottom looks the way that your traditional like stuffed pepper usually looks. And I like to rinse these, to get all these little seeds out, I usually rinse it after I'm done. But,
Ma'am,
yes?
I broke my pepper.
Oh, well, just don't keep breaking. Use the knife to cut things loose before you try and scoop. And it's okay, because we're going to snug them in there together, and it'll still be broken out. It's not going to magically fix itself, but it'll still hold itself together.
The bull tried to mess with the pepper.
It's okay. Now, the part, well, I think you're probably doing the part that's the difficult part. Okay.
Oh, well,
so,
let me do the easy
part.
part.
Do the easy part. So the difficult part is going to be the part with the top.
You can tell me which part to grab.
Yeah. So still, I would use a knife to kind of loosen up the white parts. But then you're gonna flip it over so you see the stem, and then just gently, you're gonna cut that stem out, making as small of a hole as you can. I mean, it's gonna be a hole, so.
You sounded like Julia Child just then. Making as small of a hole as you can.
Well, I don't know about that, but okay.
Oh, hey, I should have done that to begin with. It came right out.
There you go. And so just kind of scrape it out, and then we're going to just kind of rinse these pieces out in the sink to get all those little extra seeds out.
I did that. Mine came out clean. You could do this too.
Okay.
Or you might break your pepper more.
Yeah, please don't.
Anyway.
Hashtag the bowl.
No.
Okay. Do you need to rinse yours out?
Nope.
Okay. So in your crock pot, which you've turned on, dear, so be quick, be
very
careful.
careful.
You might turn it off because we're going to be messing with stuff. Okay.
Like it's going to cool down.
Well, we want to place these in there with the biggest sides open down. So yes, you've cut a hole in the top, but we're going to place that little hole on the bottom. Uh-oh, we're going to have a hard time fitting in there, aren't we?
Bring that this way.
Our peppers are really big.
Yes, they are. Very wide peppers. So tall peppers would be better than white peppers.
Yeah, I know. I picked the wrong ones.
You know, this would be a lot easier if this crock pot wasn't hot.
Yeah.
I missed the seed.
Oh, okay. I'm going to clear this off while you're trying to shove them all in there.
It worked.
Okay.
Sort of. Oh, you know what? It's because that one was broken. It bent just right.
There you go. See? It all works out. Okay.
You know, if I unplug it, I know it won't be hot. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, so you just fit them in there. And so now what we're going to do is just divide the meatball mixture into each one and just stuff them in there. There you go. So he's cutting it in fours and just put each little, you're like making like almost like 4 little meatloafs inside of your stuffed peppers.
Oops. Someone on the floor.
Oh.
Can you hear the dog running?
Let's get,
Alright.
okay.
And then just smush them down in there?
Yep, smush it down in there.
And do you, like with the meatloaf itself, does it need to be, like, can it be rounded over the top? Does it need to be...
It doesn't have to be even or anything like that. We're going to want to, at the very end, we're going to put mozzarella cheese on top. Oh, I just put my hand on. Anyhow.
See, it's not easy, is it?
So we're going to put mozzarella cheese on top. So, you know, making it as level, I guess, as you can so that the cheese doesn't fall all over. But it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to cook and it's going to it's going to decrease in size. Careful, you're
Crock
everywhere.
pot's still hot.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop out 4 tablespoons of my marinara sauce that I like, and because it's raw meat, I'm not scooping and putting it. I'm putting it in a separate jar so I don't get raw meat associated with this. But okay, you can stop now. Go wash your hands, dear.
I think this one's kind of not level.
It'll be fine.
Hands up!
Hands up, go wash. And so then just a tablespoon of your sauce over the top of each one of your peppers. To kind of just give it just a little bit more flavor. And so now we're going to just spread that out.
It looks pretty.
Yes. And now we're going to put a lid on it. And you cook it on high for 3 to 4 hours or until your meat thermometer reaches 165, because that means the inside is done. Then you just sprinkle your mozzarella cheese on top until it melts, and
Voila.
voila.
And we're going to show you what it looks like when I get to eat it after we show the desert view to you in 3, 2, 1.
Well, we're getting an earlier start out today,
Yes, it's like only almost 2 o'clock in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
and we have an hour drive to go to a place that closes at 5. We're getting so much better at this now that we're almost 3 months into a trip.
Oh, lordy, lordy.
Again, that's what happens when you've got to make sure videos are edited and put out and newsletters are put out
Wrongly.
wrongly. Reading through comments, replying to some people. Making sure you got a place to stay before you leave tomorrow.
Cooking new recipes.
Yeah.
And testing them, photographing them.
There's people watching right now going, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Just get to the point. What are you doing today? What are we doing today?
Well, we are going to the Grand Canyon again today. And we're going to go to the Desert View, which is, we're going to take a scenic drive, so it says. Usually scenic means that I don't want to look out the window.
And it usually means I got to wash the truck again.
But it's usually beautiful. So we're gonna take a scenic drive over to the desert view area, which is the part that has the nice tower. We're hoping we get there in time to actually get to go up in the tower. I'm not sure that that's going to happen.
Oh, we got plenty of time.
And Aki gets to go with us
Yay!
today.
Aki, you want to go? You want to go? He's perking his head
He's
like
like,
this.
I'm already going, so I'm happy. So he's with us today, and then when we get back, we are going to make stuffed peppers without rice, which is a Crock Posse member's request. If I had any stuffed pepper recipes without rice. So we're going to do something super yummy. We're going to take our favorite meatloaf parmesan, if y'all remember that. We've turned it into meatballs and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to turn them into stuffed peppers. So that's what we're going to do when we get back.
I'm okay with that. Peppers just completely stuffed with meat. I'm in.
Cheesy meat, to be exact. So we are headed to the Grand Canyon.
Which is that way.
Here we go.
Desert View Road, like this, they call it the Scenic Drive, and it is, I guess, from an eyeball standpoint, because you can look and see real quick little glimpses of the Grand Canyon, and then you can pull off and get some really great shots. I'm trying to get some GoPro footage there from the truck, but
from the road, you can't really see a whole lot.
You see lots of trees
For a long period of time. But
I'm not picking my butt. I just don't like sitting on my wallet.
I will say the difference between visiting the main parts where everyone goes and then driving the scenic route and doing the pull-offs is like
It's a lot less crowded for sure.
way different. It's much more serene, and you can kind of take your time, and you don't have 20 people like waiting to get where you are. Like the visitor center and all those kinds of places have tons and tons and tons of people. It's almost like an amusement park.
Yeah.
Where if you go the scenic route and you do the pull-offs, there might be 2 or 3 people there when there's no parking at the visitor centers because it's crawling with people. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, I definitely recommend taking the Desert View Scenic Route.
And it's because there's a bunch of pull-offs. There's not just one or two. We've seen, I don't know, 7 or 8 on the way.
Right. And anything that says like a point or something like that is going to have way more people than just like scenic pull-offs kind of thing.
But it's overwhelming to stand at the edge. And that's the other thing is there's no guardrails. There's a place to park, and then you walk up and you're right on the ledge of the Grand Canyon, and it's a windy day. So even though I feel like with my body frame I'm well anchored, I'm not even going to chance getting close to those ledges because I could feel that wind.
And he can hear his wife yelling at him.
Even when she's not, I can hear it in there because it's been there before. But anyway,
What's wrong, puppy?
Again, we could talk about this and show you the footage that we're showing you on the camera. Hopefully we got some shots from the GoPro, but if you've never been to the Grand Canyon, put it on your bucket list and make sure you mark it off because it's overwhelming just how beautiful it is and how big it is. You feel so small when you stand at the edge of a canyon and look down for a mile at a river, and to see what it's carved out over the last 6 million years, it's astounding.
That's beautiful.
Go see it. Let's go see something else.
Let's see more.
Here we go.
You're getting slower.
It's because we're getting higher.
See if you can see Dad out those windows.
Where's he supposed to be?
I don't know.
It's like, where's Waldo? What was he wearing again?
Octavius.
Where is he?
Right here.
Oh, there he is!
Does your phone work?
I'm gonna see if I can call and tell
See if you can call
Look
him.
up.
Hopefully his phone's on.
Dude, answer your phone.
Try and Vox him. I think his Vox is on mute though. Maybe he'll get his phone out to take a picture here in a minute.
And he's comforting the dog. Where's Max around this?
Try and call him.
There he is.
There you go. Oh, maybe. Now try and call him.
Okay, okay.
Take a picture of him and the dog.
Dude, answer your phone. I'm all the way up. I'm waving at you.
He sees me. Right here, baby.
Yes?
Yep, come here.
You sure?
Yep, come here.
He's telling me to wave.
Come over here. And people are taking a selfie of the dog. Son.
Check out this view, y'all. Isn't that amazing? Aki's a celebrity.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
Thank you. Oh, you meant the dog. You making friends back here, buddy? Huh? You making friends?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi. Hi.
And a side note, we've been gone for 2.5, almost 3 months, and hadn't washed the truck whatsoever. And on the other part of that, the only thing that ever really got on this truck was a little bit of dirt and some bugs. I washed the truck the day before yesterday. Look at that. You see that right there? So the Desert View Watchtower was designed by a lady named Mary Coulter, and she studied a whole bunch of different archaeology from around the area, from different Native American tribes, and she wanted to build this monument here in honor of them. It's not dedicated to one specific tribe, but the designs of many tribes. And so they built this tower. It was actually built by a dude named Fred Harvey, and also funded by the Santa Fe Railroad Company. So I can't get away from the railroad no matter how much I try. But they funded it, Fred built it, took about 3 years to do it, and it's awesome. It's tall. It makes it the highest point on the southern rim of the Grand Canyon at a little over 7,500 feet, I think, in the air. And it was neat. Each room, each level was dedicated to a different, I think there was one called the Hopi Room, and then one of the rooms was dedicated to petroglyphs and different artwork from the Native American tribes.
I heard a little boy in there going, "Oh, there are so many petroglyphs." he was really into it.
There were lots.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, the view here is just amazing. I think I've said this quite a few times, but I'm going to say it one more time. You're never going to see the view like you can see it in person. There's no way. There's no camera that's going to get it like seeing it. Aki is excited because he's back in the truck. He was a celebrity dog today for sure. Lots of people were coming up and going, "Oh, how cute." And I knew they weren't talking about me.
Yeah.
But everybody liked Octavius in the backpack.
Or outside of it, we were having a time while you were up in the tower.
He got to meet a puppy. He got to meet a big old lab over there. So he got to make friends, and it was just neat to see people having a good time. But now we're going to head back to the cow and make them stuffed peppers.
Here we go.
And we're back from our Desert View trip, and
Yes.
now it is time to have a little dinner. We have a pepper for you, if y'all want to see. Oh my gosh, that is hot.
Yes.
Check that out. Look how that cheese melted on the top of it right there. Now this is one serving, but we're going to share. Mainly because we're cooking a few dishes today, but
Yes.
but we share everything. Joined at the hip. So I'm just going to do a little. Make sure y'all can see that.
Yeah, he's gonna cut into it.
That pepper's softened up, and I like red peppers. I like green peppers, but I really like red peppers because I think
Yes.
they're a little sweeter.
I was gonna
like
say
me.
because they are sweeter. That's why you
Yeah,
like them.
that's what it is. But right there, and I will eat one half pepper like that, and that to me is a perfect serving. It's got plenty of meat in it. And then I guess I could
You
have cut
gotta
that right
cut the
there.
pepper, yeah.
Yeah. She helps me cut my food. But with all that cheese in there. Ooh,
You can add extra, like I think the recipe calls for a cup for a full recipe, but you can add extra if you like.
we put some extra on top of that. I like Parmesan
Well,
as
on the leftovers, because sometimes when you're heating it to get it heated up, the the cheese melts away, so you gotta add more, right? Yep.
Whatever sister said. Yeah. The sweet. That sweet pepper
I will tell
on
you
there.
this. I personally like this style of a stuffed pepper better than the traditional with the rice and the like mixture.
Yeah, no, that because you're getting. I mean, it's a meatloaf.
Well,
That's what it is. It's a meatloaf.
Part of it is that meatball and meatloaf recipe that we love is just so good that like finding a new way to kind of serve it is just really yummy. I saw what you did. You took my bite.
It's about good.
Uh-huh. So.
Well, hot. Oh, perfect. Hey, my mouth on fire. You tell them bye.
I just took another big bite. Thank you guys for joining us today,
I'm gonna nod.
both in our Indiana kitchen and with our travels across the nation. If you like this video, we'd love for you to give us a thumbs up. If you aren't already a member of the Crop Posse, please subscribe down below and you can become a member of our slow cooking family.
If you want to see what we're doing as soon as we do it, click the ding-a-ling right next to the subscribe button. And
He's
you'll
talking
know
about
as
the
soon-
bell.
The bell. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Click that.
Yep. And whatever you do,
Laugh often
eat good food.
and speak life.
Bye guys.
Bye.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon